Wait a minute. I just realized something. That's what I get for unmuting while still listening to the stream. Because there was actually one thing we need to actually check out, and I completely forgot to check it. I need to make sure you guys can actually hear the game audio. Because one downside about having my capture card is that, well, sometimes it doesn't capture the game audio. But that's fine. That's perfectly fine. So, tonight, we know Daemon X Machina is actually coming out, and honestly, I haven't been as enthused as I should be, because I know I want to get that game, and a lot of that game kind of really harkens back to, well, what we're actually going to play tonight. We're playing some Armored Core 2. Now, for those of you who don't know, the producer of Daemon X Machina, and a couple other people actually, have been working under Marvelous. They're the publisher. You might know them for other games. Half Minute Hero, Senua Kagura. Not developers, but I believe they actually focus on publisher. What else did they make actually? Marvelous AQL actually has been involved in quite a lot of games actually. Omega Labyrinth was another recent release there, but there also been one of kind of more. It had a lot of anticipation on when I originally saw the Daemon X Machina as announced. I was first off impressed, and then I learned that the people who were working on it were the people who not necessarily always got me into mech games, because I think if anything, the first thing that really probably got me into mechs was Robotech. And then, of course, then you have your Gundam. But in terms of actual games, there really isn't a lot of mech games. And for the few there are, they weren't really that compelling. You know, they weren't interesting to play. Something that really kind of blew your mind, and it was always an enjoyable time to actually play. And I want to kind of take this week and kind of show you actually some of the Armored Core games, specifically Armored Core 2, but we also have in my collection actually Armored Core 2 Another Age, which is a feature progression of Armored Core 2. We have Armored Core 3 and Armored Core Silent Line, which effectively is the equivalent of Armored Core 2 Another Age. It's more or less a sequel to that of Armored Core 3. But for now, though, I want to go and make sure, first off, our game capture actually works. Shouldn't be so bad. It should pretty much be apparent almost immediately for me. I'll leave the desktop audio muted so you guys can actually hear it. I should probably switch over to it so I can make sure I can hear it. Because if not, I wasted my entire time. And yep, that's the issue. Okay, we gotta do one little thing here. Behold the magic of editing! Wait, we can actually do something better. Studio mode, switch, transition, and then we can fix our problem without anyone knowing. Pay no attention to the technical difficulties behind the room. You can just listen to this. It works. This is what you should do if you don't know how to do video editing on the fly. It works wonders. We should probably also restart the console. That would be another thing to do. After we fix the scene. Thank goodness for Studio Mode. Thank goodness for OBS. You good? Oh no, I turned it off. I was never good at actually using the reset button. Alright, what also helped if I actually unmuted the stream too. There we go. We're good. We're good. I don't know why we actually need the desktop audio, now that I think about it. We shouldn't actually need it now that I even think more about it. Oh, I'm gonna blow off your guys' eardrums here if I don't turn this down. Let's not destroy your ears. From Software. So, From Software, you already know them. They're the people who actually developed... This is actually what their game series were like before they ran into Dark Souls. Instead of dwelling on the medieval past and the apocalypse, they dwelt on, well, sci-fi. They actually made 4 other Armored Core games before this, and this was their first foray into the PlayStation 2. And to me, this is mind-blowing, actually. And this, if anything, is like, if I had an option to make a brand, I would actually have it. I always wanted to actually create a brand that was like this, like Armored Core 2 or 3. They're effectively the same game. They really used a lot of assets over again. You know, a lot of games, you know, really adopted the whole opening movie cinematic. Some went a little further than others, like Bouncer. Here they are. These are Armored Core. That's how you get a good hook for an intro. So, a couple things this game actually could do. Give me 1 second. So a couple things this game actually did. With the PlayStation 2, you could actually... Whoops. Hello. I want to control their game. I'm gonna have to wait for this to load again before I can skip it. Come on. Let me have control. Thank you. So you could actually do a split screen or linked versus mode there. We're obviously not going to do those, but it was one really interesting thing with the PlayStation 2. You could hook 2 PlayStation 2 together, and you can actually play the game against each other. So basically it was like you had, you know, kind of like the way a lot of, Game Boy Advance games were, or any sort of versus games really way back then. It was kind of a revolutionary thing to be able to hook 2 consoles up together. So you would obviously 2 TVs, 2 consoles, and of course 2 controllers, 2 PlayStation 2s, and 2 copies of the game. This wasn't Nintendo we were talking about here. But you could actually link the 2 PlayStations together, and I don't think anyone I really knew did this. And you could actually play versus modes against each other. So, let's go difficulty. Actually, one of my first times. I'm actually going to leave the vibration off. Kind of tempted on hard. I really should actually go through this game on hard. But for now, though, since we're only enjoying ourselves. So you probably noticed a few things about this game already. Difficulty, the font is actually the same font I use for games. And I honestly tried to model a lot of my stream elements that I use. Even the music, you'll actually Here are a few things here. So for now, we'll use these settings. Enter a pilot name. We'll just go with Tenmar here. Oh, that's not T. There we go. And you can change your pilot name and everything.
Earth Year 223. In the wake of the final war known as the Great Destruction, mankind was forced underground. But with the discovery of the pre-war Mars Immigration Project, the human race would again prosper and flourish. The age of conflict in the subterranean world was finally over, and the newly established government made restoration of the devastated environment its priority. Emigration to Mars was encouraged, but this influx of settlers posed a threat to law and order on the Red Planet. Corporations that were all-powerful during the subterranean era lost their foothold when the government was created. But with a new planet, ripe for exploration, they discovered opportunities to regain their strength.
You've got a mail. Nerves Concord. Operation Name Wildbird.
You know the drill. This mission will test your abilities. The test is simple. All you have to do is destroy all MTs that have entered this region. Should you succeed, you will be registered as a Raven in the arena. If you fail, you die. I'll accompany you as an observer, but only in that capacity. Keep this in mind. Here they are. Time to see what you learned on Earth.
So the game has no problem really throwing you in.
Go straight along the road and clean them out.
So, the game throws you in. So if you're probably familiar with From Software, they're very well known for making very, difficult controlling games. And I mean very difficult. Like, extremely difficult. So our objective is simple. So when I say difficult controls, I'll show you a little bit, but... So... We're given the basics here. Let's have a sword. And this is honestly what... Hello. Like, obviously Armored was a Daemon X Machina control a lot smoother. You notice this game does have pretty much auto aim, thankfully. You get a lot of health as well. And you have limited ammo. So we're actually taking a test to become a Raven. Now, for those probably... Now, to be a Raven in this world, you're actually a mercenary. And a lot of the stuff that you find from... that you're going to be seeing from Daemon X Machina is going to be very similar to that of Armored Core 2. And Armored Core 3, actually. You're actually going to be working for a lot of corporations. It's been a very long time since I've actually sat down and played this game.
You'll headed your way. Take him out.
Armored core. Oh, I can only fight 2 missiles. Unfortunately, there's no lock-on system in this game.
Not bad. Your piloting abilities are impressive. Congratulations. From now on, you are a Raven.
See, that's... I would love to build a brand, like, around using this as, like, a theme. Because it's just so interesting. I love the setting. I also love this. Like, if I could have an intro like that, that would be awesome. So that was our first mission there. They kind of just threw you straight on in. So here we are at Nerves Concord. So kind of give you a bit of a backstory of the Armored Core series. You were known as a Raven. You're a mercenary. You're actually Nerves Concord is effectively the second iteration of what used to be known as the Raven's Nest, which was basically a group of mercenaries, not that was for hire, as what the game alluded, corporations. So you weren't working for the government or anything like that. You were working for corporations. Actually, do data save. We actually didn't. We didn't even name our mech here. Oh, we'll take care of that in a second. Let's just save first, because we might go back to this. So that was actually the memory card I have. I actually bought was like a 128 megabyte memory card. They do exist, and apparently they do work. So I copied pretty much all my memory cards onto the single memory card. Makes things nice and easy. Although with that much data, you kind of can take a while. Kind of takes a while, I've noticed. Huge difference between trying to make a spot for that. But you can change your name and such. You can even load emblems, change your volume and everything like that. And if you listen closely, the music we're hearing right now is actually the music I use for my theme. Because From Software has really good musicians. So for those wondering why things were really, really complicated controls, just look at this for a second. So this is not an analog stick game. That did not exist during the start of the PlayStation days. At least for a lot of games. So go forward, go back, turn left, turn right, move left, move right, look up, and look down. You ever wonder why Dark Souls had a very complicated system? So there's your event, there's your blade, boost that basically allows you to move faster than walking, change weapon, fire weapon, extension, I'm trying to remember what extension did, and then over boost, and then of course you get default everything. So it's really nice you can actually have a lot of customized controls here. We'll play with the default, even though we're probably going to do really, really terrible. So no need to exit the game here. What we actually do need to, we should go read our mail. Welcome, Raven. Actually, I'm trying to remember if this is ascending or descending. Nell Alter. Hello, Raven. I am Nell Alter, Liaison Manager for Nerves Concord. I'm responsible for your managerial duties, including mission assignments and communication support. How long I will be your manager is up to you, but I look forward to working together. I've already lined up your first mission assignment. The job is low in rank for a Raven, but it's a good chance to get warmed up. Please complete the mission successfully. On a party note, some birds can fly, and others cannot. This is the only truth in your existence. I pray you'll have the ability to fly. Welcome, Raven. Welcome to Mars. Here you will perform various missions as a Raven registered with the Nerves Concord. We look forward to working with you. On the terraforming project, the Martian environment is beginning to approximate that of the Earth's, And as Martian society matures, conflicts over control are becoming fierce. The planet there is therefore in a state of constant turmoil. For Raven, it is an ideal setting. The amount of work available to you is limited only by your abilities. Another thing, as on Earth, arenas for Ravens exist on Mars, and all Ravens must be registered with an arena. Your registration is already complete. Your current ranking reflects your status as a new Raven. Advancement through the ranks rests solely on your shoulders. We'll contact you periodically. Remember to check your mail. Good luck. So this game actually has two gameplay modes. There's, well, three if you can count versus. So, as I stated, there is the arena. And we actually can see our name right here. We should have gone... It's kind of weird they use a different font, actually, for, like, everything else. Never figure out why. But here we are, a newcomer to the arena. He was very active back on Earth. His skills will be tested on Mars, where many of the very best AC pilots have been gathered. So here you can actually see all of your competition. So you can actually verse every single character here. Obviously we can't challenge someone like Latitude yet here. But if we get high enough in rank, he actually has to accept our challenge. So effectively we have to fight through, I think, it was 50? It was about 50 players. They're strong, top 10, a Raven boasting a mission success rate of 100%. He'll use any means to complete his assignments. Any aspiring Ravens have fallen victim to his prowess. Very helpful. It was our job. He actually was the person who made us a Raven. Yeah, so we basically have 50 people to go through. So we can't actually challenge anyone until then. There's 8-Ball. And you can even actually take a look at what their mechs are, too. And a token low-rank AC. It is poorly equipped and the pilot leaves much to be desired. He claims to be the heir of a legendary Raven. This claim is highly suspect. 8-Ball used to be a very well-known Raven in some of the older games. We could actually go up against Lightseeker here, a young Raven who aspires to become a Ninebreaker. It is unlikely that he'll be able to pull it off, but his confidence has already won him many supporters. And you can see that one other thing I really like, you could design your mechs more or less from top down. So for now though, why don't we actually do that? Kind of notice you'll be spending a lot of your time doing a lot of other things. So you can actually go into the garage here. Here you can actually see our mechs. So I actually have an assembly here. So from top to bottom, you actually can decide on every single part here. Oh, I guess that's extension. That would explain it. So back units, we have a radar, we have our basic standard rifle, we have a least expensive energy blade, it even shows what the attack power is, what the usage drain is. This game, I was always a sucker for piloting. I always wanted to be a pilot. Unfortunately, I couldn't because I was colorblind. But being able to design your own mechs, from like the arms, and you have to manage everything too. You have to make sure you have enough things like energy output to even power the mech. Like you can't go even into a mission or a fight until you actually figure everything out here. Repository that tells you all your items that you have. You if you're kind of a collect-em-all type of person, you can plan it out. Optional parts here. I don't have any optional parts at the moment. Cockpit range. You can actually change a lot of options here. I usually stick with orange. We got pink, blue, cyan, green. Whatever color really works for you. We're gonna stick with orange here. Orange is perfectly fine. Oop, forgot that. Change panel. So you can even add things as well. So you can see the enemy's weapons, see what they actually have equipped. And this was also a really cool thing. I know we didn't like video games more or less now has a super minimalist style of game display, but at the same time, I love seeing information, and you can go overboard with it. Like, you can really go overboard with it. So there's your default setup here. But then you can add pretty much everything. So there's an altimeter, speedometer, you see how fast you're going, winning percentage against both ACs, war potential, displays a summary of the battle in progress. It just gives you tons of information. Outer heat, angle elevation, remnant enemies, number of displays percentage of remaining mission opponents. Displays opponents remaining ammunition. The game really gives you a lot of information here. Thankfully, I'd say it's probably for the best. You don't need all of this. So we're gonna go with a little minimalist ourselves here. There is such a thing as too much information. But sometimes you might actually need certain information here. You can get an overall spec here of the grade of it. Right now, it's pretty much a below average mech here. You can, of course, change one thing definitely a lot of people do. You can customize it completely from head to toe with a nice blood red or green. So you can go with a nice all-in-one colors. Or, of course, there's your custom, which is your personal setup. Right now, for now, I'm gonna go with a nice blood red there. And you can also, like I said, you can go general. So you can change everything. Got how do. It has been a while. There you go. Yeah, so you have 3 different types here. So you have the base color, the aid color, which kind of you can see there on some of the accents there. Optional color, detail, and joints. So joints are actually left green. We can actually, for example, actually turn those all, you can actually go completely red if you wanted to. You can turn it to a nice black. So you can do a lot actually. And this is what really, whoops, not that. You can really do a lot actually with it. You can change each item individually, and each one also, of course, has their own aspect as well. Me personally, I love red. I actually used, for my original file actually, Rick Hunter was the original file. I actually went with a lot of blue actually. Probably one of the few times. But my favorite color is red. Far than anything else. And for those of you who love making, this was one thing about the game that I kind of hope that exists, is the emblem maker. And obviously I'm not an artist, but they really let you do a lot with it. And for this, in this time, it really did a lot for what you could do here. And there was a lot you could actually do in terms of making emblems. And of course, you can change your name. You can name your AC, actually. Which was also a really cool thing. You can also change the list, so you can have other special characters as well. So for those of you, for those of you who loved Virtual On, I was always a sucker for Tenjin. There are a lot of other cool ones. And of course you can, thankfully, change your pilot name. So you're never really stuck with the name you actually originally picked. So if you decide down the line, I want to call myself something else, you can. And of course, there's help. Kind of does a really good job actually explaining everything flow. And honestly, if your first time playing this game, it's actually important. So you can actually get a lot of advice here. And finally, there's the AC test. So if you build a new mech and you want to try it out, you don't have to throw yourself into the chaos of a mission. You can actually do a test run. So you kind of get used to a lot of the game here. remember, actually. So you can turn on your booster here. It's related to your fuel gauge. And you can do a lot, actually. I'm trying to remember, actually. There were a lot of things that you could actually do. Be very careful, though. As long as you're really just kind of locked on to your enemies, you're fine. I am so used to third-person shooters now. I'm too used to third-person shooters. So you can jet yourself backwards. Wrong way. You can try out on enemy guns, try your missiles. And you can even lose lock on them, apparently. There's a lot of really awesome things about this game. Like, I will say, though, the controls are definitely outdated. Like, how I even went through half of this game. And yes, you can even hover as well. You gotta take a lot of things into consideration. I actually wonder how you could actually optimize the controls. Like, I stuck with the default when I was much younger, so I really adapted. So there you go, there's your AC test there. And of course, what good would a game be without a shop? So you can actually buy a lot of items here, and each item in this game does something a little bit different. So you have things like, you know, somewhat of a fashion Souls game. Like, they really went out of their way of designing each helmet, you know, each part actually, to make your own mech look, or your own armored core look extremely unique. Like, these aren't actually the only options. There are actually a lot of options available to you. And I think one thing that kind of shows the most, so like there's, like I said, almost every single part allows you to do it. And you can even you make your arms the actual weapons. So that's one thing. So like, arms aren't just simply to hold weapons and stuff. You could actually just simply make it your weapon. So you can buy dual machine gun arms, you can buy dual bazooka. Be careful with these though. You gotta really know what you're doing with a lot of these. Like, this one has 20 ammo. If you run out of ammo in a game, you're done. There's a lot of really cool weapons and such, so you can drastically change your playstyle. And I think nothing else shows more of how drastic your playstyle can change than by showing what legs are available to you. So we got ourselves some, like, each one sporting a different design. So like, there's some lightweight ones. So like, even weight matters. You gotta actually worry about your weight. Like, if your legs can't actually support the weight of your mech, it's not gonna work. So obviously something like the heavy legs here are gonna be able to hold more weight compared to, say, use these lightweight legs. So these are all bipedal, but then we get into the reverse joint legs. So your mech can actually move like that. Then there's the quadruped legs. Then we have a floating. You can actually just simply float. Then you got your tank treads. So they're basically 4 different types. So standard legs, quadrupeds, tank treads or floating, and then reverse joint. So there are 4 different types of movements, different types of boosters, each one with their own power, energy drain, and speed. FCS, so basically kind of think like your processor. Really good if you like to use missile or lock-on items and such, because like this one here can lock onto 12 enemies, compared to probably what we have is something like this here, 2 locks max. Generator, obviously you need enough power to actually run the darn thing, so you have to really get really in depth with a lot about this game here. Radiator. So Radiator, thankfully, was not actually something... you obviously need it, because it obviously keeps your mech cool, so you can overheat in this game. Inside. So you can actually have an inside part. So you could launch your own bombs, you could fire decoy missiles, basically chaff. There's your extension. So this is activate your extension here. So you can get like interceptor parts. Then there's your shoulder units, so you have all these different types here. So you have missiles, you have rockets, a lot of little things. You can only actually fire one thing at a time. You actually have to actively switch between your weapons. So there's really so much control. You can even just have an item that adds more weaponry to like all your shell weapons. You can have a radar. So you can equip basically, some of them are dual ones, like this one's a dual set. They're very expensive though. And you get into your rifles, your machine guns, your guns, just a normal gun. Get a bazooka. There were just so many choices. Shotguns, flamethrowers. You can have one even on your left arm too. Well, left arms are primarily the yeah, so you have energy shields or energy blades. Yeah, so it's blades or shields, basically. Or you went with the dual arms there. And of course, there's optional parts. And you need just different slots on for these. But all of these things just kind of put together just makes things awesome. But for now, though, why don't we actually go fight Lightseeker? We can even choose our arena as well. Because, you know, we're the challengers. We got the Battle Dome, the Tall Base, Abandoned Highway, Cave, Old Dome of Motokumo, the Leia Base. So you get all these different battlegrounds. And this is basically the like an AI version of the versus mode. Ooh. He's using the same gear as I am. So we can even see the enemy AP as well. So we actually do need to be very careful about our... Did I actually hit him? Hey, I actually hit him. Don't you? I'm a lot more fragile than he is. And there you go. You can actually even have the buildings be destroyed. You can even press the jump button twice and you can start to fly. It was like almost everything a kid version of me would actually love in these games here. Come on. Where are you? There you go. The challenge, though, of the missiles is always keeping them in check. I think with the current processor we have, we're doing fine. Doesn't help, actually. Really, so you can even just do little boosts as well. Oop, shoot. He hit me out of my attack. There we go. I believe we also get rated for how well we do. Oh, hello.
Oh, right, we can actually watch the match, too. Yeah, so we can even do a view change. We watch from our perspective. We can even watch it from his perspective. So he actually only had a rifle. So we can even actually overheat as well. So that in the lower left-hand corner there, if you actually end up overheating, you can't use your booster. Same thing if you run out of fuel. I've even had a nice 3D perspective too. And I'm really hoping, because I know Daemon X Machina is going to have multiplayer, and I think that's awesome. Like, I do need to pick up the physical version of the game, though. Yeah, so you can actually get stunned by some weapons. But it's not like if you're gonna do something, they end up stunning you. It's not percent chance, it depends on the weapon. It's really been a long time since I really sat down and played this game. So that entire arena, you can just basically fly around. Nope, that's why I start throwing on the missiles. I think we can actually skip this now. Yeah, I think they always show a replay. There you go. 2,000 credits acquired. There you go. And I love actually how some of these characters' descriptions will actually change. So we can actually go up against Hustler. But there's a lot of customization. Oh, I have new mail. To the new Raven. Lightseeker, I want to congratulate you on your entry into the arena. The life here is hard. Most pilots drift through the lower ranks and then disappear. The ultimate dream is to obtain the title Ninebreaker. Werehound. You won't be able to advance as long as he's in the way. Your future in the arena depends on your ability to defeat him. If you can't, you'll vanish like so many others. Good luck. What a friendly guy. So, with all that out of the way, we actually have a couple of missions here. I can actually eliminate Informer or MT Suppression. Actually take on MT Suppression. And here's one thing I just loved about this game. You had, like, mission debriefings. And I know voice acting in this day and age is really just kind of hit or miss, but back in the day, this was revolutionary. It was rare for any sort of game to have voice acting. So even, like, this really commits to the theme. That's what I love about this game. So the requester here is Zeo Matrix. I should probably actually explain the world. So, like, as the intro explained, we're basically Ravens, mercenaries for hire, working for, you know, conglomerates here. A nice parallel with streaming. But more seriously, though. So you're taking contracts from all these corporations here. So, and these corporations are effectively always competing against each other. You know, basically for dominance over the planet here, over Mars. Because, you know, we kind of blew up the Earth. So if we are successful, we get 27,000. And even sometimes you get an advance.
Prototype MTs are malfunctioning and running loose in the Bundle MT factory. The cause of this may be the electromagnetic field surrounding a meteor that fell nearby. As the malfunctioning MTs are only prototypes, they are weakly armed. No major damage is expected, but we cannot let them run amok. Your mission assignment is the destruction of all malfunctioning MTs. Good luck.
Theater of Operations, Bundle MT Factory. Enemy forces, MTs. Objective, destroy all MTs. And select the mission, and we can commence it. I do appreciate they give you a double check, and even everything has their own name too.
System engaged.
Alright.
The gates between blocks have been closed to prevent the damage from spreading. Destroy all MTs in each
Oh,
of the
they're
blocks.
opening fire
Doing
like
so
crazy.
will open the gates one by one.
Would you like to open the gate? Oh wait, no, I think it's yeah. You have to actually activate everything by circle. So let's take care of that. What the? Oh right, if you overheat, that thing's actually happening. Yeah, so I overheated really quickly there. Really bad start, actually.
The gate lock to Block B has been released.
Cannot unlock gate.
Oh, they said lock B. Is this B?
Cannot unlock gate.
Okay, where's B? A. Oh, B. There it is. That did say B, right? Yep, B. Yeah, so you do actually have to actively open doors. Probably shouldn't run dead on into it. Oh, really? Fortunately, as you can see, I'm not exactly the best equipped for this. As I say, so what's in there? As long as you have a lock and there's no terrain in your way, you should be good.
The gate lock to Block C has been released.
Block C. Oh dear. That was not the smartest thing to do. And also, neither was... I'm still really getting used to the controls here. I forgot just how... Like, this is tank controls. If you've never played a tank control game, this is tank controls. And if you run out of health, you can see how quickly you can end up dying. The enemy actually destroyed itself. How nice. And of course, you do have to be a bit careful. Oh, shoot. Oh. Wrong button. Destroyed it. Does it just take one missile? Oh, you need two. Really? I need to buy a sniper rifle. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose this mission. Staying free. There you go. Not exactly my best. I should have gone a little bit slower. So you actually get your reward, but you also lose money as well, depending on how much ammo you use and your AC repair. So a lot of things you do really matter a lot. Mail. Zeomatrix. Zeomatrix is currently the most powerful corporation on Mars. It wasn't a large corporation prior to the Martian development, but it was the first to expand into Mars, and soon claimed the number one position through a series of AC developments. Zeomatrix frequently employs Ravens. As your name becomes established, they will most likely approach you with important missions. The value of your existence is determined by corporate decisions. Do not forget who allows you to live. We will contact you again. So doing things that actually say cost. So getting weapons really does make a huge difference here. There's a huge difference between using a weapon that costs energy and one that costs that takes actual bullets here. They have like this handgun here, and you can see just how kind of expensive. They're very expensive actually. I don't even think, yeah, the game doesn't even throw the actual big stuff at you until way later. And you can see kind of how huge the range difference is. So 600, 1000, here's a 910. But you gotta be careful though, the ammo can really destroy a lot of people. So for the meantime, like, you gotta be pretty smart in where you invest in making sure you don't get killed. And once you go through a mission, you can't do it again. At least the main story. So... Requester, LCC. On success, 30,000.
We request the elimination of an informer. The target is an employee of ours who has been selling highly classified information to other corporations. Through surveillance, we've learned that he will be meeting with representatives from Emerald Corporation tonight at Fauna Crater. We want you to eliminate him then and there. Attack only the vehicle that the target has boarded. Ignore the corporate forces. We want to send them a message that will no longer tolerate such activities. I don't like having to hire a Raven, but as the rest of our forces are engaged in other activities, I don't really have a choice. That is all. Good luck.
God, I forgot how weird the voice acting can be. So, basically they just want me to destroy the vehicle. There are MTs, but we need to destroy our main objective. Cat Tail.
Huh? AC detected nearby. Raven? Ah, damn it, they found out. All units converge on the Raven. Make sure our contact is protected.
Yep. This is gonna go well. Figure out. I wish I bought a better I bought better gear first. Never be afraid of using. Oh yeah, the enemy will surround you. Don't be afraid of that. Are they all together? They're all right together. Out Unfortunately. There we go. No, and let's get out of here.
Objective achieved.
There we go. That's a much bigger. That's a much bigger income here. So special editions, and sometimes there's special deductions as well. This is how you learn business. God, I never get sick of that intro. We have new mail. Like, this honestly was the great thing for building the immersion. Earth Government and LCC. As you know, the Earth Government struggled during the chaos of the Subterranean era to rebuild itself into the ruling entity that it was prior to the Great Destruction. LCC is an organization established by the Earth Government, but it lacks clout, as Earth Government's resources are focused on environmental reclamation and maintaining order on Earth. LCC poses no real military strength and relies heavily upon ravens. Corporations pretend to obey LCC, but behind the scenes they're engaged in a vicious power struggle. LCC has been quiet since its inception, but they could become active at any time. Thus, confrontations between corporations are becoming more and more deadly, and tension is mounting. Then again, this might be favorable for you Ravens, as it provides more work for you. We'll contact you again. So think of Nerve's Concord as the Raven's Nest, the mediator, mediator between corporations and doing the mission, doing the work that they want to do, that they do. That sentence makes complete sense. We have a request for the removal of disorder units. These are unnamed armored weapons known to have existed prior to Martian development. Disorder units display organized insect-like behavior and appear unannounced in various Martian cities and facilities, causing great damage. It's not known exactly what the disorders are. We only know they're dangerous. That's a number of different types, and that a number of different types exist. That's about all. Missions involving disorder units will probably become common in the future, but exercise great caution. Stay alert for any information regarding them. They'll contact you again. Like, the mail was basically your kind of, along with your mission briefings, was your way to kind of really become engaged with the game. And I actually really like that too. It was also really cool, if I remember correctly. Is there a... Let's select. Open sample emblem list. Here we are. So you could actually use any of these as like a template and then build off of them. There's your leaves, sun, roses. So I believe this was actually the one I used way back when. It was actually that emblem there. Cross swords and then but there was actually a lot of other really, really awesome emblems here. Some aren't even colored, and you actually do unlock more as you actually play through the game. So like you can actually just build a lot. And that was like one thing that really kind of separated Armored Core. Like your own personality was what you actually put on, you know, on the canvas. So you can actually put like this Zodiac there. You can load this sample here, and you can even, well, make your own thing. Make your own thing with it. I'm trying to remember exactly how to move things around. Oh yeah, so you can even mirror things too. I don't know why you do this, but... yeah, so you can do mirror. It was actually really inventive, honestly. You can copy paste. You can draw a circle, draw a box. So people would spend hours making lots of different customizable emblems. And that was really, really awesome, actually. Yes, update emblem. And I think, actually, your emblem also goes on your mech, actually. Yeah, it does. It actually goes on your shoulder pad. So you can really make it stick out. I think that's probably why I went with more of a blue. It's a little hard to see. Like, depending on if you change your arms, you could always see it on your shoulder pads there. We do have some money. Actually buy a different weapon here. So this one here will have actually more attack power, more range actually, so it's more range. And I love that actually. It's a nice simple up and down system telling you compared to what you have equipped versus what you have. So like, and of course, just remember your weapons cost stuff. So you can even see how much your bullets will actually cost. Which is why something like energy weapons. So you see here, energy weapon, they don't cost anything, but they do cost fuel. So you do have to be careful with energy weapons. And what makes it even better, well, you can also sell weapons too. Heck, you could sell parts. Sell my rifle here for 11,000. Actually really good for a rifle. But you can do things like sell your back units. So if you want that little extra money to kind of push you over the edge to get an item you want, you can. And you can always, like, they always let you buy everything back. I believe, like, one person actually, like, sold everything and just bought all the parts that they wanted back, which was a really, really cool thing.
Head to the old bridge in the Tread Special Environment Zone. The bridge is a remnant left over from the first terraforming. It's now occupied by Zeo Matrix. We have no idea why Zeo has entered this zone, but we have jurisdiction over the old facilities, and unauthorized corporate encroachment will not be tolerated. Eliminate all corporate MTs. This will serve as a warning to them. This area is very high in temperature due to its exposure to lava released from a nearby volcano. The roads are badly damaged, but being a Raven, this should pose no problem. That is all. Good luck.
So there you go. So you now know what you need to do here. So you can actually accept the mission and not actually go in the mission, because you can. It allows you basically to kind of know what you're getting into in advance. So you can go like, okay, it's this type of mission. I should go change my build. That's a really awesome part. But for now, though, I think we're just gonna go and start up the mission right away. This is gonna be like, I do need to start thinking about what to build. Scrambled egg. Good to know there's a mission for John.
It's a Raven. All units, mission priority has changed. Attack!
Oh, there's a lot of enemies here.
System engaged.
Oh god, they do a lot of
The
damage.
bridge is old and decayed. Watch your step.
And you can actually get a notification if you're like, you're actually. Alright. Oh, that was not a good idea. And it's a good thing they actually came to me. Oh, they're all coming to me. Oh, I can't even actually shoot them because I'm being gunned down here. Save myself some ammo. Oh, that's right. Here's one other thing about this game. So you can see up in the upper right, you can actually see your radar, but there's also another thing. Leaving area. Accidentally leave area. Oh, shoot. Shooting at me. Very careful about these things. Nice, lovely. I'm gonna die here, actually, aren't I? Yes, I am. Oh, I got my butt whooped. When they say Old Bridge, they meant Old Bridge. Uh-oh. Thank you. Good work. You seem to be a very proficient pilot. Please, someone of your caliber would work exclusively for the LLC in the future. We must grow in strength if we are to become an effective governing body here on Mars. Hang on a second. Let's fix that, shall we? Let's save our game, though, first. And honestly, some people will, like, because you do actually get shown, like, what your success rate is and failure rate. Don't worry, we'll fix this in a second. That is a lot of noise, though. God, this game was so much fun. I'm almost tempted to actually play through the entire thing again, because, like, I love... As strange as I actually like the setup. Like, particularly the sci-fi part. The sci-fi part is just that part. Let's actually load our game here. Hopefully that'll get rid of the audio there. Because I think I never even knew this bug existed. Don't worry. It's only partially infectious. Now, let's see if that actually fixes it. It should. I mean, the other option is we just jump into another match here. Which should hopefully kill the audio. If it doesn't, I'm resetting the console. Oh my god, I'm resetting the console. Hang on a second. Let's fix that, shall we? That was one really cool thing the PlayStation 2 did, their startup screen. Boop. It's a shame I've always, I honestly regret not being able to afford a PlayStation 3 or even a PlayStation 4. Like, or even a PlayStation TV. As strange as it sounds, I've actually always thought, you know what, get a PlayStation TV. That thing was a very interesting device, and I still wish, and this is going to sound crazy, but I still think Sony should make, their next step would be, instead of the Vita, they should make a PlayStation TV 2. And yeah, it's going to sound terrible, but they should really just copy Nintendo's lead and make a Switch-like system. I think that would actually be one of the best things Sony could do, and make it so you can have the touchscreen, but also have that bigger functionality. And be able to play on your television stuff. Now, obviously, I would think, honestly, it should be more marketed as a tablet, because that's kind of that's basically what the Switch is, with the, first-party power of being of a console. But I think we're entering this weird space where you could have that home console, but then if you want to go, why not? Like, I think it's like that weird part there, it's like, you're going to be at a point where you're either going to have to buy a game that requires a lot of power and such, or you might not actually release it on that console. So what I could do, hypothetically, and we'll actually do it too, I'll actually sell my rifle here. I don't normally do this in games, but we could now. Go down the list here, go buy ourselves a new gun, and you can see it's on sale. You know, thankfully you pretty much get your money back, so it's not like stores, oddly enough, don't jip you. So if you buy it for 11,000, you sell it for 11,000. So you really do have a lot of customization. So, for example, I couldn't even actually afford this yet. That was actually what I was going for. Now, because I was going for a little bit of range there. Actually, I think I had more range. Yeah, I had more range actually with that gun. So you can see the price here. So 20 versus 50. So every bullet you shoot, you kind of need to consider. Here's 18. Here's a machine gun. But of course, being a machine gun, that takes a lot of money out of you. A machine gun with increased ammo price. A lot less attack power. Attack power matters. It really does. I'd honestly say for now, this actually probably be a good purchase. And of course, yes, you do need to actually make sure you equip your parts. So you kind of see, I don't have my stuff equipped. Inside, some things you have, some things you don't. Attack Rectenna installation. Emerald Corporation.
Please attack Zeomatrix's energy collection facility. The target is the Rectenna installation in the Hellas Plain. Solar devices blanket the area, collecting sunlight and converting it into energy for use in the major Martian cities. The goal is to undermine the public trust in Zeomatrix by destroying their ability to supply a necessary commodity, power. Destroy the facility and all Rectenna devices.
There we go, and showing us what the devices look like.
The facility is guarded by cannons and a squadron of fighter planes. Therefore, we will be attacking at night, when we should encounter less resistance. We will also be assembling an MT support team to provide you with cover. Failure is not an option. As a Raven, I'm sure you understand.
There we go. Destroy the facility and all of our Rectenna devices. Very straightforward. A lot of the missions you'll be doing here are destruction based. I mean, these guys are basically corporate war.
We've arrived at the target area, commencing AC drop.
I even love like the stars.
System engaged.
Oh, and I think this is actually our devices.
An MT platoon supplied by our client will accompany us on this mission.
Oop.
They're unmanned, so their loss is a little concern.
Here's the loot. Let's not do that. Yeah, so they just let us know that those... Actually, just focus on the goal. Oh, big cannon. That's a big cannon. That's a big cannon. On. Yep. Alright, I gotta refill my fuel. Actually run out of fuel. That is a bad thing.
MT2. MT1 destroyed.
Facility destroyed? Now it's just down to me. I don't know what the game actually needs. I think I still need to destroy the cannon. Oh, never mind, there's actually something out here. Out in the boonies. Whoops, yeah, that could happen too. That could happen too. You could abort your mission. If you're not knowing where you're going, you're gonna lose things. So we actually just lost money from that. I think it also just counts as a failure. Emerald. Emerald is Earth's largest corporation, but it's also a step behind Zeo Matrix as far as expansion to Mars is concerned. Of course, Emerald isn't satisfied with this situation, and they are gradually strengthening their power base on Mars through drastic measures. An aggressive attitude is what has made Emerald the #1 on Earth. Their greed and ruthlessness is a prime example of what corporations as a whole will contact you again. I think you get to redo the mission? Yeah, you could actually redo the missions, thankfully. So if you accidentally leave, although I think... I don't remember, actually. Performance... Where was it? I think it actually might just be in your system. Yeah, so it shows your mission report here, so you can actually see how many times you've won, how far, is your achievement percentage. So you could be that type of person and just save scum your way to victory and such, because honestly losing money in this game kinda sucks, but thankfully though there's no real reward or loss, thankfully, for losing stuff. And you can even save your emblem, so if you actually make a custom emblem, or even actually just your current emblem, you could save it in, like I said with this game here, there's an expansion to it, which is Armored Core 2. You could actually full on. You can actually full on just take the mission, or take your emblem with you from one game to the other.
We've arrived at the target area, commencing AC drop.
System engaged. An MT platoon supplied by our client will accompany us on this mission. They're unmanned, so their loss is of little concern. Use them to your advantage.
I should be trying to avoid this. And you could just get hit by a kid. I'd rather not get hit by a kid. Thank you very much. I'm gonna do it. Oh, that hurts so much. Resistance. That's how you did an exact jump.
MT2 destroyed.
Or even actually, one thing I never actually talked about, you can actually even overboost. You can actually select your, well, hood boost if you that. Also, what? Alright, these ships have gotta go. This is getting annoying. Alright. This is actually really getting ridiculous here. Alright, where the heck are you, you damn bombers? Oh my god, I should just stick to my mission. Oh right, I've got them. We destroy the facility. No. Facility. I think there's one left. But the game handles extremely bulky. And I know you could probably easily improve things. So you could probably actually, strangely enough, you could probably make left and right on the shoulder buttons. I think now what we could do... Get rid of our weapon. So you should always be careful, because there always is, there's always actual, gear you need to always worry about. So you should always actually be careful of what you're buying. I mean, they'll get to a point, obviously, where you'll have basically infinite money, but at least at the start, though, it's always good to actually consider what you're doing. Remove disorder units.
This is an emergency. Disorder units have been discovered in the 17th district of the underground high-speed railway. I'm requesting your services to eliminate them. Disorder units are unmanned, armored weapons of unknown origin. They've appeared in many places throughout Mars and have caused severe damage in the cities and facilities. This railway is part of a critical transport network on Mars. Should this get out of hand, the economic repercussions would be immense. The situation requires immediate attention. The LCC is currently handling other issues. Therefore, we've decided that hiring a Raven is the best course of action. Please take care of the situation.
I just love that title.
We cannot let these weapons of unknown origin hinder
if I started a bunch of
on
strings
Mars.
up, I would just actually call people, it's like, if you're a subscriber, you're a Raven. Eliminate all disorder units. I mean, even just saying Raven sounds awesome. Silent show.
System engaged. There are many enemy units. Be prepared for multiple targets.
Alright, so the downside. Oh, that's a big boy. So you actually do have to wait to recharge before you can actually even start shooting again. Like, every single bullet actually matters. Which is why you do have missiles. Ah, darn it. Of course, your best bet is always to use also love how they can destroy themselves. I can't actually hit that. Hello? I'd like to actually shoot a missile. Oh, it's my head. Still charging. I do appreciate, though, that they are destroying each other for me. That will not be forgotten. Unfortunately, the one downside. Be very careful with your energy weapons. Even though it might not cost you any ammo. You'll pay for it if you don't have a good plan. So you can't overheat by using your energy machine, like your energy weapons. You can, however. Uh-oh. I'm gonna die here, actually. Nope. Oh, I'm actually oh, I'm definitely dead. I don't have enough weapons. Yes. Yes. My life. That was not the best. Although, in relation to how much ammo and, like, if I didn't have to take so much damage, that was actually still a good payout. Oddly enough. But I do greatly appreciate, like, there's a lot of experimentation that you can do with this game. There's a lot. And of course, like, there's one thing about this game, so there's actually both, defense from shell energy and energy weapons, so you can make yourself really strong against energy weapons. Like, you can make a mech that's really strong against energy, make a mech that's really strong against, shell. I should probably actually show one other thing here. Oops, that actually wasn't it. I actually wanted to go to arms here. So you can actually go to the weapon arms here. And even they show you what the price is for every single bullet you shoot. Like, here's one that costs 1,210 credits. Kinda costly. But to get that, you need you should probably buy a really good generator. I'm on sell. Well, that's a good reason I'm gonna sell this. There we go, that's a good amount of change there. Pretty, like, it's very, you can, like, that's the one thing I love about this, like, you can really quickly, change and update your weapons and such. So, this is a bazooka here. You always have to learn how to balance, though. Like, that's the big thing. You've gotta learn how to balance everything. Does that cost? Yes, it does, actually. So it's not always going to be, like, the strongest, you know, weapon. You gotta make sure what you're buying will actually do the job. Like, we could buy laser cannon arms. Which is why things like the back units also exist. So we can actually buy a chain gun if we wanted. or a high output laser cannon. And this is energy. It won't cost us anything if we use it. Like, this is basically your preview into what Daemon X Machina is actually going to be. That's the really awesome part about this game. You even get dual missile packs. Of course, you gotta be careful about the weight. I think what I used to do, I used to love having an armored core where the radar was basically just built into the head unit. I'm trying to actually remember what I used to do. Actually, for everything. I'm trying to remember what my old builds were. I do need to buy a gun, though. I definitely need a gun. It's a really good gun, actually. 610, 100, 608 versus 277. That's in half. Oh, let's buy this gun again. I don't remember which one I actually always bought. I think it was this one actually. Stable, high-end by Zio. Yeah, so there's a noise canceller, a biosensor, so you can detect pretty much everything. Oh, that's right. That's where. Yeah, so so that's where the computer voice was. So some are detailed, some are simple or standard. So you can get like a lot of different types here. This, of course, is a very expensive helmet for what it offers. You gotta really make your decisions. For now, though, what I want to do. What, actually? How much time do we have left here? We got 34. So I believe this game actually has about 50 missions here. So say you're not happy, say you need to deal with multiple setups stuff, you can actually change your AC. So you can have different setups. So obviously we only have one set of parts here. But you can actually imagine switching through all your setups to handle different situations. So all of these are basically kind of your de facto stuff here. I actually need to equip my armor. Equip that. Let's do another mission. Capture the cargo. Emerald. 42,000.
We request that you attack the Zeomatrix transport vehicle. The target is a lightly armed transport vehicle. According to our report, they'll be traveling on the T-20 highway. This route is different from the one normally used. The vehicle is probably transporting information on a newly developed technology. Capture the cargo and bring it to us. If this is not possible, destroy them both. The transport's destruction is the minimum requirement for this mission. That is all.
Yep, so it looks like we have multiple options here. Capture or destroy target. Destroy the target. Transport. I don't remember how you capture things. It's not really in depth, so I think if anything we just need to destroy anything related to the train.
We've arrived at the target area. Leaving the area of operations.
System engaged.
I should have bought a better generator.
It's a Raven. Move out.
Probably actually should have used the overboost. Oh, come on. Really, this is where you probably should have started investing. I destroyed the transport vehicle. Oh, it's an armored core.
A disorder unit?
Or not.
Looks like we'll be unable to recover the goods. Go ahead and destroy them. Objective achieved.
I think there's another way to actually do that mission, but I don't remember. Thankfully, no special deduction. We actually earned a lot from that. I have new mail. Zeo Matrix and Disorder units. It has been confirmed that the item Zeo Matrix was transporting was a Disorder unit. It is thought to be a previously unknown type. Where and how Zeo Matrix capturing disorders? Why are they transporting them? Something is going on. We'll let you know if we find out anything new. New AC parts have been added to our line. These new products are the realization of our philosophy. More power to more people. Please see the shop for details. So you actually end up buying all of your parts from the corporations that you're actually working with. Also, I just love the music. What I probably should have done, actually, was buy a better generator. Successor to VA, higher capacity. A well-balanced model. So this one, yeah, this one's pretty much better in every way. Actually, let's see, 43,000, 34,000. Yeah, actually. Helena, Zeo Matrix, a lightweight, high-capacity model. Oh, that is very much a high-capacity model. And then why would I want... How good is that one? Oh, it has less energy output. Okay, that explains it. We'll buy this. Actually... Radiator is also important. Good quality, very heavy, high level of stable performance. Forced cooling. Yeah, I should buy this one here. So as strange as it is for me to buy a generator and a radiator, it actually will be a big help. So this is pretty much a straight up upgrade, so I'm almost at 6,000 actually. So I'll have more energy output, and also that's a much bigger performance. So basically I'll be cooling a lot faster. Space Sport Escort.
We've obtained information regarding a planned assault on Vilhul Spaceport. The spaceport is the main hub for travel between Earth and Mars. One of our Earth government spaceships is scheduled to land at the spaceport. The attack is probably intended to prevent it from doing so. The assault team is of unknown origin, but it's assumed they were hired by one of the corporations. We must destroy anyone who attempts to disturb the peace on Mars. We want to hire you to protect the terminal from potential enemy attack. You will also be provided with a support team to assist you in this mission. You will be reimbursed, even if the planned assault does not occur. You have no reason to reject this offer, have you?
There we go. At the terminal. Sweet, sweet. I also love the music. Like, I know I don't exactly hear it.
Seems like everything here is normal. Let's go.
Allied squadron approaching. Commence attack.
Up. Up, bombers.
System engaged. The garrison has prepared a supply vehicle for us. As usual, pay for the ammunition, so use it wisely.
This is what time I really went poorly on this. What are the others? Gosh. Wrong attack. No! I wasn't paying attention. That's one thing. One thing I gotta be more careful of. Alright, they gave me a reimbursement. So I think some of these missions you actually you'll get, but then you'll end up losing. Well, thankfully I can actually still do them. Additional AC parts. New AC parts are now available in the shop. Please stop by and take a look. On a side note, corporations typically prioritize their AC part donations to Ravens who accept most of their missions. Keep this in mind. See you soon. So, like, that basically tells me I could redesign my mech in a multitude of ways here. So I could actually... No, not my inside. What was this? The FCS. I think this was actually your lock-on. Yeah, so you can have like a single lock-on, a multi-lock-on system. These are basically like your processor. A multi-sideway, and this also even affects like your lock type. Even shows like what you can actually attack, because this actually will even show you like what your sight range is. So if you have a crappy FCS, it won't actually really help your precision. And there's even something like, lock speed, like how quickly can you even lock on to something. Like, I could actually sell my previous parts here. My old generator. Sell my old radiator. Do instead buy a better FCS here. So standard multi-type, longer lock range. Why is that one more expensive? The lock speed. I want a better lock speed? I'm trying to remember if higher is better, actually. These things do get pretty expensive though. Wide and shallow. Maybe higher is better? I'm trying to remember, actually. Precision 8. Sight ability. Sight range. Let's go with the egg there. Let's try that one out. Oh, I forgot to buy one more thing. Since we're going up against missiles here, we might as well use them. You can actually buy a second one. We don't need a radar. So you can actually fly into a lot of missions just simply flying. So if I run out of one set of missiles, I can use the other set. And it's like this whole customization is what's really awesome. Like, this is why I can't wait for Daemon X Machina, and I know it'll play a lot differently than this.
Let's go.
Like, I think controls have been improved a lot, because a lot of stuff From Software did way back when area experiment.
Unidentified squadron approaching.
They're trying to give people the
Commence
feeling like
attack.
they're in a cockpit, flying around. And I love that feeling, actually. Like, part of that simulation is important.
The garrison has prepared a supply vehicle for us.
Oh.
As usual, paid
Probably best not to destroy the building.
using Rising.
Oh, shoot. Get out of here. So, because I don't have a radar, you can kind of see my entire radar is actually worthless. Where the heck are you? My lock-on system, however, is not. It's the first wave. Probably gonna be more. Oh, there they are. Oh, that was a lot of hits. There we go. System error. I'd have a system error. What's wrong with my neck? No. How many more waves do I gotta go through here? Answer that question.
Enemy bomber approaching.
Bomber? The heck were the others then? Oh, that's not good. Oh, right, that's the other downside. You can't actually tell you're gonna leave the area. Get out of here. Where's that bomber? Yeah, so if you don't have your radar, you can actually notice you can very quickly run out of range. No, destroyed. Thankfully, the game does give you a warning. Oh. Let's not leave the area again. Launch the missiles. Oh. Ah, bomber's annoying. Should have brought a sniper rifle, honestly. What I should be doing is this. What? Oh, come on. Alright, that does it. I wonder if I could actually stand on them. Yes, I can. This might give me a little bit more range. Or not? Come on. Get in range. How are you not in range? Ah. Ah, shit. I ran out of fuel. Oh well, at least I have a much better generator. Alright, where are you? Well, a much better chance now that I'm at a higher elevation. Seriously? Definitely should have brought a sniper rifle for this one. Darn it, I turned it the last second. Got him!
Objective achieved.
Special deduction. Oh, I destroyed a lift. So there are deductions. That actually cost me a lot. Email. Thank you. The LCC. Good work, Raven. Thanks to you, we were able to welcome them to Mars. Now we can finally move forward with our plans. We're the ones that will control Mars from now on. I think that's probably going to do it for us tonight here. But like I said, I love this type of game here. This to me was something I just wanted to see more of, and I'm going to get to have more of it once Daemon X Machina comes out. The only weird thing is, like, now they're really including a lot of character customization. I know I showed off a different bunch of pilots here, and you actually will see some of these pilots actually appear in missions. I love how they even give them their own biographies here. Go home! Like, we have Bulk here. Like, this is actually great if you want to get used to fighting different characters and such. It's a rarity, a survivor from a time gone by. I think they even named their mechs too. Model D. Known for being frugal, this pilot equips cheap AC parts. His skills make up for the poor equipment, but he'd undoubtedly rank higher if better equipped. He basically equips the cheapest stuff you can buy, and yet he's a stupidly good pilot that will run circles around you. There's so many cool things here, like Rose. I think actually was it? I think it was Lionheart, maybe? No, it wasn't Lionheart. Actually, it might have been number 1, actually. Ares. No? Someone had a really awesome emblem. Wasn't Prisoner. No. Literally a prisoner. The animal. No, there's someone who had a really awesome, like, coat of arms or crest. I used to actually have it on my channel for a little bit. No power, no life. So you do get to fight a wide variety, and these are all like emblems made by, made by the developers here. 1. He's obsessed with the number 1. He's put a great deal of effort in his current position. He'd rather be ranked 11th than 1st, as it has twice as many 1s. There are some people who are very, very interesting characters in this game. But like I said, what's going to be really interesting is that you're going to see a lot of, like, the pilots are now going to have, like, their own personality. Kind of just one of those one that I really, really liked. Unless it was literally, like, nine breakers. Which I very much doubt. Let's go home. Samsara. Awesome Phoenix one. And you can you even can see what parts they actually have too. So if you want to build their mech, you can. Supersonic. Nice little husky mech. Divine Bloom. Blood Striker. He's got 2 chain guns on his shoulders. Cruel Justice. So there's a lot of different ways you can play this game. Maybe actually he isn't on this list. Maybe it's probably in, what was it? Armored Core 2 Another Age. There's a huge difference between Armored Core and Armored Core 2 Another Age. Is basically, you get to further the story, and also have a whole new list of players to go up against. Like, all these awesome emblems that exist. I can't remember, maybe it's not actually in this one, actually. I don't think there is. Pollux. Like, each character has their own little backstory and such. And I'm really hoping there's actually like an arena mode, not just a versus mode. Like, I hope there's a versus mode so we can go up against other players, but I want to see be able to fight all the pilots in like one-on-one fight. It's Warehound. He has the skills to go higher, but likes breaking in newcomers with potential, so he stays where he is. His AC is designed to inflict pain and sorrow on the weak. That's a good way of saying, hey, I'm gonna be, yeah, so looks like the emblem's not here. It even shows the emblem that you actually equip as well. Alright, I'm gonna save the game here. I will say the saving process takes a really long time. It's probably gonna do it for us tonight here. So I'm tempted either to do a little bit more Armored Core 2 tomorrow, or show off Armored Core 2 Another Age. So you don't actually have to beat any of the previous ones. So it's not like we'll read your save file or anything like that. You could bring things over like your emblem, but other than that though, you're pretty much sticking with what you can pretty much just start anew each time. Like, actually, I think my first game, I remember renting this and then buying Another Age. It was only until actually recently, of this year, when I went to the, what was it? It was a game convention, like a retro game con, this year, that I actually was able to find a copy of this. And it looked like it was actually in good condition, because I don't like buying a lot of games that are just so incredibly scratched up. And the dealer I actually found was really, really good. But that's gonna do it for us tonight, though. I'll though, there's a lot of people streaming. I'm gonna give a host over to, what the heck is Budamed's doing right now? Like, Budamed Meds, you got a new PC stuff and it's cool. Oh, so, hey, that works. I'm gonna give a raid over to Meds. Looks like he's playing around with, Daemon X Machina, actually. So, as always, until then, take care.